Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and oh my god, I'm uploading twice in a week. That's incredible. I haven't done that in a while. I just had some time on my hands, and basically I thought, you know what, do a video about, because we're game week 11 now, we've had 10 game weeks, 10 is quite a round number, so I was fancied about talking about the game weeks and how it went, and obviously you see on the screen here, I'll be running through my teams as I go, just to see the comparisons and how the teams changed, throughout the game weeks. So yeah, I've got some things that I want to talk about, basically that have been quite different to what we normally expect from FPL. I think number one, the top thing, consistency. We've seen in past seasons the likes of Salah, Aguero, Sterling, all registering consistent points week in week out. You can rely on them every single time. And this was apparent at the start of the season, but as it's gone on, the big players are dropping off. I mean, Salah, when he first came to the Premier League, I think he only blanked about twice that season, so he was just on fire throughout. And this year it's not been as easy, particularly with me captaincy. I haven't got captaincy as good as I want it to be. The start of the season it was Salah and Sterling I could get him wrong, and then now it was just even worse with the likes of Aguero who came to my mind, and you know, consistently it hasn't been a good season. And again, we have to talk about Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola, that man, you can never trust him. I think he brought us into a false sense of security start of the season, thinking, yep, it's all going to be lovely jubbly, but we know it's not with Pep. We know it's not with Pep. He's going to be always rotating. And I think with De Bruyne's arrival back in the side, that definitely helped. Um, Give us a player that we knew was going to start after the Norwich defeat. That was the one which I think was defining for City to have to keep De Bruyne. So he's the go-to guy. But we've seen Aguero rotated, we've seen Sterling rotated, we've seen the defence was being completely rotated all the time. It's not been easy. And apart from that, elsewhere it's been relatively calm rotation wise. But it brings on to the defence. Defence. Big thing pre-season was going big at the back because we had the attacking fullbacks, the likes of Trent, the likes of Robertson, Luca Dean, all these players that have got the attacking prowess from fullback or aerial threat, basically didn't deliver. I was glad I only went with four at the back and I wasn't spending too big. I think Luca Dean was the most expensive player alongside Robertson. But to be honest, they haven't returned. The clean sheets have been, there's been hardly any. So Liverpool last year, obviously they started the season in a similar fashion where they're conceding quite a lot and shored it up. But even the likes of City as well, the most clean sheets in the league at the moment is Sheffield United, a promoted side, with 5, and that just says something. Liverpool only got 2 clean sheets thus far. City, I believe, have got 4. But for big sides, I think Tottenham only got 1 clean sheet. Like it's awful. It's really really awful. And so yeah, I think defensively now people reverting to that the trusty three at the back with cheap defenders. It brings on to the budget gems. We've got Lord Lundstrom, what a hero, 4 million. Lots of doubters, Sheffield United fans saying he wouldn't be starting the season. And I remember game week 2, scored a goal. It's brilliant, it's beautiful, we loved it. He's now 4.7 million, so it just shows the price rise has been incredible. Diego Rico, again, another pre-season potential with Charlie Daniels' injury. Started off, bench for a while, and he's now returning some good points in the past 2-3 game weeks. So the budget gems at the back, much like the Wan-Bissaka of last season, are starting to come through now. Pookie was looking good start of the season, but he hasn't been able to maintain it, largely due to Norwich's confidence of the team in general. They beat City, which I think none of us were expecting, but they've really derailed now. People were saying, would he be the new Jimenez? Would he be the new Mitrovic? Mitrovic was very, had a great start, but then he became very untrustworthy to the second part of the last season. So, yeah, it's been a very interesting one. I don't think we can say that there's been an outstanding budget gem. Todd Cantwell, again, started the season off strong, but he's really trailed now. I think it's 5 blanks or 6 blanks now, and the fact he got subbed off last game, I think he might be losing his starting spot potentially. There's not been as solid. This season's been a lot harder in terms of budget gems. I think Lundstrom is probably the standout pick But yeah, apart from that, nothing good. Price changes. Price changes have been absolutely erratic this season. I think last year, um, I know myself. I don't know about if any of you guys watching use price changes websites. They were predicting them pretty much bang on every single time. Apart from a couple. But this season, it's been very hard to predict them. They've been erratically changing all the time. You had some random price changes come out of nowhere. Kevin De Bruyne, that man hasn't dropped in price at all. It's just only been going up, and it's there's not a lot of reasoning behind it. And it's interesting because the Fantasy Premier League Twitter, the official Twitter, they until literally like recently, they did not post price rises like they did last time. And I feel like even they don't know what they're doing. It's quite a crazy one. But yeah, the price changes. Lots of people tend to prefer to wait until the press conference, but like for myself, I have been doing my transfers usually after the midweek matches that there are. If I know there's a big team playing, so for example, and you can see at the end of my current team, I've taken out Aguero, and I've taken out Campbell, put in Sterling, put in Connolly, purely based on the Tuesday fixture of the City Southampton game. So I know that happened. Yes, Guerrero scored, but he started. I still don't know if he's going to play on the weekend. Whereas Sterling got completely rested. So the foresighting these things is important. And yeah, apart from that, I'd say averages have been very very low in my opinion. I think everyone started the season really well because all the big players were performing, but then the template starts to fade away. So I like to think the first 5 game weeks, and especially for me, they were great game weeks. And then you get past that, and it's when you have people that come back from national summer tournaments. You have new teams adapting to the league, new players adapting to the league. So you only have this change in template, and I think the template is a big topic. The template really has been complete throughout the window. For example, in terms of the budget forwards, or actually forwards in general, there's not been an easy one to pick at all. I think, for example, for me, I think the two forwards you should definitely consider if you do not have them is Vardy and Abraham. I think purely because they're both attacking teams. Abraham has been poor the last couple of game weeks. I think only getting a goal and assist in the past 3 or 4 or 5 games. So it's not great, but it's the fact that he plays in a very attacking Chelsea side that helps. Aguero has been out of the team. Aubameyang was consistent, but he's tailed off now. Jimenez coming into form, and he blanked last week, but he coming into form, and he was again a hero last season. He started this season off poorly. Wolves in general poorly, mainly because of Europa League. Callum Wilson again was missed a consistent start of the season, and everyone thought he scored about 7 game weeks in a row in terms of points. He got assists and goals, and now he's back to last 3 with I think only 1 shot on target. So he's really been inconsistent. I think that's the key thing you guys should take away from this. It's consistency of what I'm giving you. I think there's not been consistency in the team. So this year, I think it's been very interesting to be able to, jump onto players you think are going to pick up form quickly, and also to jump off players quickly. It's been that's a matter of time. I think I joined the FPL community on Twitter this year. I had a Twitter account, my personal one, which I was following stuff on Twitter, but I never got properly involved. Whereas now, the stats have been the big thing I've been looking at. But now I've gone back to the eye test. Simply, guys, put a match of the day, watch match of the day, and any players you're scouting, just watch them and just see how they do and how the team is in general. Look at who they're playing against. Leicester, for example. Yes, they beat Southampton 9-0, but Southampton were a complete disarray. Had a man sent off. I think Leicester were due a big performance. They've been really unlucky start of the season. I own Vardy for a large part of the beginning of the season, and I'm glad I've got him back now. But they were unlucky, and then this was the big performance they need. So you never know. They go to Palace on the weekend, and they may blank. Palace have been solidly defending at home, so we don't know what's going to happen with the games. I think you just have to stick with a player that you know is going to perform well and hope for the best. I think focus the money into the midfield, Strikers, I think, more budget-friendly options. I've now reverted to the 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 formations. I think 4-5 at the back, I think, should not be there anymore. Liverpool defenders, if you want to keep them, keep them. But now with Matip out, who knows what will happen? And Pep Guardiola, Pep is Pep. You can't predict him, and you take that risk with City. And yeah, last thing on the screen, my team for Game Week 11. I since updated it from my review and preview video. So Sterling's come in for Campbell, with Aguero going up Connolly for -4. Now people might say, you know, Jack, this is a bit mad. We had one Aguero scored 2 midweek, but you know, Jesus got taken off 85 minutes. Personally, I think Aguero will start on the weekend, but I'm thinking long term now. Sterling is, you know, the favourite in my opinion under Pep, and if he gets rotated, he tends not to come on, whereas Aguero has come on, and it's been frustrating for me. And in my situation, Aguero's only returned 1 assist in the time that I've owned him. For somebody of 12 million, that's not good enough. It's got to be, you know, I can forgive what a blanket, you know, in a game week and then he scores the next one, but it's not been like that. It's been very frustrating. So I think now I'm fed up with it. De Bruyne, Sterling, good cover. And this should be the final team. I'm just toying between Connolly and McGinn, but I think Brighton, Norwich at home. Norwich cannot defend very well, and Connolly has been looking great for Brighton, so I'm going to give him a go. Make that -4 worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a ramble, but to be honest, I thought it's something a bit different from my review and preview videos. So if you liked it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know, I'm really enjoying making these videos still. And yeah, it was brilliant Game Week 11. Hopefully I can get a green arrow that I've been waiting for way too long now. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video.